And we're back.
How the fuck are you this happy? The world is coming to an end. You fucking animal.
It seems like it is, right?
Jesus fucking Christ. But listen,
you guys levels up.
there's all types of fucked up shit going on, bro. I mean, there's a goddamn civil war on the verge of occurring. I mean, Twitter told me so, bro. This shit has to be true. What's going on, guys?
Hey, shout out Greg Abbott or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name, George?
His name is Gregory.
Yeah, I think it's Greg Abbott. Well,
Man said fuck the Supreme Court
he said fuck Biden.
and the Supreme
Pretty
Court.
much. He told them to go shove it.
I mean, in a way. I mean, welcome to the V N APE podcast, guys. We're getting right into it.
No fucking around. Listen.
We don't give you no cut. It's straight drop.
Listen, bruh. I agree with him to a degree because it's like didn't the Supreme Court violate the Constitution? Technically?
No.
Technically,
By allowing...
we're supposed to protect the United States and its borders, and we're supposed to protect our land. And that's what Greg Abbott is doing. That's why I applaud him. Anyone that doesn't want to protect our land or protect the United States can go kick rocks.
Right, because Greg apparently said he was going to bring some people to the border and border it up a little bit more than it is.
Put barbed wires.
Put barbed wires
So the
and
situation,
shit.
Eagle Pass.
Situation is that there's already barbed wire there, right?
Okay.
And the situation is coming to a boiling point.
He's securing what he's doing is securing it with personnel and just everything else. But the situation,
As he should.
But listen, what the Supreme Court ruled, it was like 2 lines worth of shit.
Okay.
Okay, all they said was that the federal government can remove the barbed wire.
But they're not
Right.
protecting the United States.
You know they're being slick though with that answer. They're being slick, guys.
That's barely an answer to anything. They haven't ruled on whether or not he could do all the other shit that he's doing. Which
But
I
why
think
would
he
they
should.
block him from that, Abe?
No, I don't think they should. I think it's fucking ridiculous.
I think
it's
above
insane.
everything, we need to secure the borders, secure
Absolutely.
the United States.
And now they're trying to
defend
make
ourselves.
this. They're trying to make this January 6th 2.0.
Well,
Well, there are 25 states that that signed the thing that Greg Abbott sent to the Biden administration.
yeah.
Well, 25 other states signed it, and they're gonna lend their National Guard to Texas.
Yeah, other
to help-
states
to
are
help
gonna
them.
join Texas to go against the fucking Biden.
All of them aren't sending National Guard.
But it's not like North versus South.
Yeah, I didn't
it's
hear-
like some other shit now.
I didn't
Like
hear National
Civil War.
Guards coming through though.
No, some. I think about 10 states have
25.
Actual National Guard.
25.
Yeah, actual National Guard
No,
that they're
25.
sending to Texas. No, that's 25 that have sided with
Agreed,
them,
but not-
they're not all sending National Guard.
Oklahoma just sent some.
Like Florida, for example, I haven't heard anything about them sending.
No,
any
Ron
National
DeSantis is
Guard.
sending some for sure. I was just reading it.
That he's going to.
Yeah, Ron DeSantis and Oklahoma, they're sending some troops over today or tomorrow, one of the two.
I haven't heard any of it, but I do think that it's fucking. I mean, if Biden is gonna go down on the idea that he has the authority to make the border unsecure,
And open.
that is a shit fucking
Dude,
idea.
6 million immigrants in the past year.
Yeah.
That's more than some of our cities, like some of our states have
forget
in
that,
total.
dude.
Like, that's more than Wyoming's total population.
Isn't
that's
this
more
the
than
year
all-
with the
than
most
all-
immigrants have ever came into the States?
Yeah,
Look,
I think last year, 2023, we broke like 2.3 million.
We broke
or
the
3
record,
million,
yeah.
some shit
I've
like
been
that.
seeing some very interesting videos circulating where they're getting old videos of shit that happened back then and promoting it, right? Videos of like trucker envoys and shit like that and
Propaganda.
promoting it as if to say, oh, everyone's heading out there to the border. Let's all do this shit. Let's just go over there. That is a horrible, stupid fucking...
It's a lie.
That's a provocation, bro. That's to get you in another situation where you're going to fucking look bad and they're going to fucking be talking about it for the next 4 years.
Tell me you guys seen the video where the coyote at the border just like someone's recording him like take video of all the illegal immigrants come in and he just shrugs at the camera?
No, I haven't seen
You
it.
guys haven't seen that shit? That shit's comedy, bro.
He's like, bro, we all gotta get it how we live.
Let me see if I can find that really quick. But then I don't want to go on fucking TikTok, bro. Keep on though. What you guys saying?
No, I'm just saying that it seems like there's some provocation to get people into another January 6th scenario.
I think the government
And-
wants to stage some type of calamity so that they can come in and fix it. Like always, they stage the problem, then they come in with the solution, which takes away your rights and it just impedes upon your freedom. You feel me?
It is.
That's their game plan. That's their game book. If there is a deep state, that's their whole total game plan. Let's create a fucking problem and then fix it with a solution that drains these people of even more rights. You feel me?
Well, recently the man that came up with the idea of the deep state, at least
Dude,
the term, Donald Trump was ordered to pay some.
Have you thought?
What's essentially a hooker over $80 million.
Think about this. Have you thought of the deep state as more of a managerial class like BlackRock? You feel me? Like Larry Fink, you know, like Vanguard, like all these people that they're just managers of everyone's money, you know, and they use their money to invest and to look out for their own interest instead of the interest of the stockholder, which is the one that's giving the money to Vanguard and BlackRock. They're literally just doing it for their own interest, and they're not paying attention to, like, you know.
I mean, they have 80% of shares in the SP 500.
That's what I'm saying. They are the deep state. That's who's running shit right now. Just think about it. They run all of our money. They handle all the money in the world that's being traded and processed.
I feel like nobody really knows who the deep state is, though. That's the thing about the deep state.
For me, it's the managerial class, like I just said. Like Vanguard, BlackRock, things like that.
I feel like that's the whole, like, niche thing about it. Like, the whole deep state thing is, like, there's these people that are secretly controlling the universe.
I think we gotta just look at
I think we can all agree,
happening.
though, that
There's
Biden
no
is not
need.
making any decisions.
There's
Biden
no
is
need.
making zero decisions right now.
There's no need at all for us to fucking speculate. I mean, you could just see what the fuck these people are doing, and what they tell you they're
Do you
gonna
think
do.
Nancy Pelosi is part of the deep state?
Definitely not.
I don't even know what.
I think she's a cog in the machine.
I mean,
in the
I-
big
There's no
machine.
official element to it that tells you, like, oh,
Who's who?
you're a card-carrying member. You know, unless you're like a fucking member of the Council on Foreign Relations.
No, but I'm saying she's
know?
a cog. Just like AOC, she's another cog. And they keep this giant machine, this
Well, I
managerial
don't know if
machine
AOC
going.
knows where the fuck she even is.
Yeah, bro. AOC is low.
He has to know a thing or two to bamboozle all these people out of money to
No, there's
become
a
a
lot
millionaire.
of there's a lot of people in the Council on Foreign Relations, for example, that still think, most of them probably still think that socialism is a good thing. Some people have sort of switched up on it, and they either decided, okay, I'm going with it because I don't want to be one of the useless eaters that ends up getting fucked. And
You know what scares
and
me?
some of them aren't.
You know what scares me? That Donald Trump gets arrested, and then we have Nikki Haley as, like, you know, like she's the only one left in the race because everyone dropped out except Nikki Haley and Donald Trump. So Donald
He
Trump.
can still run arrested.
But I'm saying, if he gets arrested and she's like the forerunner and the Republicans make her the nominee, that would just be so terrible.
That would never happen.
You
And
know,
I would
You
literally.
know what I also heard? Michelle Obama Barack Obama's already finding donors to endorse Michelle Obama so that she can come in after the Democratic what's it called? You know, where they sit down and talk, the Democratic Committee. It's coming up this year. I just
The
forgot
DNC,
when. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, supposedly around that time they're gonna announce that Michelle Obama is gonna run
Supposedly,
instead of Biden.
supposedly RFK might be Trump's VP option.
That'd be pretty cool. But they were talking about Tucker Carlson being his VP too.
That's not happening.
That'd be
That's
really
not
cool.
happening.
That'd be
What
really
about
fucking cool.
That'd be
No, he dropped out. He's
Yeah,
done.
no, Vivek did drop out, but he's not.
And he said he doesn't want to be vice
Yeah,
president.
let me just point something out.
okay, he's
If
a
he
businessman.
chooses Tucker Carlson, that is the most
Dumbest shit
retarded
ever.
fucking
Yeah, bro.
idea.
That's not a good
I mean,
pick,
you
bro.
can-
He's a journalist. He's not a politician.
RFK is a
Exactly.
way
There's no reason
better
for him to
option,
do that.
bro.
And RFK knows about like this entrapment.
I mean,
all
RFK
these-
is anti-establishment, so
No,
that's
he is kind of sus.
He knows about all of these, like the FBI and the CIA, how they've been totally captured. You feel me?
He
by
is,
by money, but by the people that have these foreign ideas. You feel me?
he's cool with a lot of the ESG type of shit.
The DEI bullshit.
yeah, he does.
So that's all.
he does
that,
lean to that sometimes.
That is about as sus as it gets, in my opinion.
The only thing that I don't like about RFK that just I feel like he gives me the vibe of where like he's very like he doesn't stand on something. You know what I mean? Like
He
he's
does.
not.
He
not,
does
not
stand on
like
shit,
Trump.
but he has like older ideals. Like his ideals are kind of like,
I guess.
antiquated.
yeah, definitely.
Well, fact
I liked
Vivek.
Vivek. I kind of hate that he dropped out. I really liked Vivek.
I mean-
Even though he's a little extreme in his ideals, he was at least speaking to reason, and he was saying the truth. You
I
feel
think he
me?
would have got tossed around and raw dogged by everybody in the.
They would have
in
taken.
Congress.
They would have taken
By
things.
They would have taken advantage of him. Badly, yeah.
He's a businessman at the end of the day. He's not a politician. But so was Trump when he first came into
Yeah, but
his fucking.
Trump is willing to go as full savage. Like you could get Vivek nervous in an interview.
Dude, did you
know?
see the Ben and Destiny debate?
Yeah, I did see it.
What are your thoughts on it, bro?
I thought it was a bunch of back and forth on shit that.
I felt like Destiny pretty much agreed with almost everything Ben
Yeah,
was. He didn't really.
No, and there wasn't.
I saw a couple minutes
much
and
to
I turned it off.
There wasn't much to it that I saw the entire thing, and I can tell you that I didn't see anything there that is. I mean, you already know what both of their opinions are.
Yeah.
They go at it in terms of whether or not this is true or
I wouldn't
false.
call it going at it. I would call it just shouting how much they agree with each other.
Nah, but there was a lot of things that they didn't agree on.
Yeah,
as well.
there were disagreements throughout, but
it was very chill, I guess. Like,
Honestly, I had a couple moments because honestly, like I told you, Mike, I would have much rather seen the Bobby Lee first time on Joe Rogan, which was out at the same time. And I was like, fuck this shit. I want to go laugh.
I'll tell you what, I mean, one of the things that I noticed during that is how reserved Destiny was.
I was gonna say
He is a fucking crack addict.
no, but I was gonna say that
He seemed a whole lot less willing to go ham.
but he's not
than
gonna go
usual.
ham on somebody else's
Like Ben
platform.
Shapiro.
You feel me? He's
And
gonna.
Ben Shapiro,
he does.
He's gonna be
Come on.
respectful.
What do you mean?
He was respectful though.
No.
gonna suck
He's
Ben-
been disrespectful as fuck on other people's platforms.
I don't.
Dude,
I
he's
mean,
gonna-
he was able to talk. Look at who was hosting it.
Lex.
Lex Friedman was hosting it.
He's gonna suck Ben Shapiro's dick.
There was
He's not gonna
a
be on there doing
podcast.
some other shit.
Right. Well, there was a situation where
He knows his
he got
boundaries.
Lex Friedman angry in the middle of the. I mean, to get Lex Friedman angry out of all fucking people.
Oh, at the when he interviewed him solo.
I mean, he was.
I mean, he called him spineless.
Yes. I mean, he never got anywhere near that level of closeness with someone
Ben,
like
right?
Ben. And I think it was because he's more scared of his arguments.
Yeah,
than
clearly
anything physical.
Ben is a better debater than Destiny. Like Ben is way more equipped with info. Like
And he's also just like, you know, he has a lot of knowledge, you feel me? So he can
as
respond
much
to
as
things.
people like to hate on Ben, dog, I actually fuck with Ben Shapiro, bro. I feel like he's super.
Ain't nothing wrong with him except he's a warmonger. And that's
Oh
just,
God, here we go.
look,
What is this? He's a Zionist? Is that what you're about to say?
he's definitely a Zionist. But I don't have to tell you that. That's
Oh
like
my
already
God.
known. That's like widespread like information.
How is he a Zionist, Leo?
Because he wants the Jews to take over Jerusalem,
I don't
which is
think
what Zionism is about.
I don't think he would deny that he's a Zionist.
Yeah,
but,
that's
but
literally-
I don't know what that has to do with warmonger.
He just wants the fucking the Israelites to fucking.
Wait, what do you mean warmonger? Like, what is he?
Like,
he's cool with war going
wants,
on?
He wants fucking Israel
Sure.
to get rid of Gaza. He does.
What do you mean by get rid of Gaza?
Like bomb them to smithereens, get rid of them, annihilate them.
To kill everyone?
Yeah, genocide.
I don't think he wants that.
You want that? You think he wants that?
I'm pretty sure he
I
wants
think he wants to
everyone
get rid of
gone.
Hamas, my guy.
So
Yeah, and he'll kill a bunch of children that are fucking super innocent and their parents just to get to Hamas. He doesn't give a fuck.
You think he's?
He'll level the
you think-
whole
you
Gaza
think- you
before
think-
he even lets
You think he thinks that's justified? If it, as long as it get rid of
Definitely,
Gaza.
of course. Why wouldn't he think it's justified?
To
That's
get,
what his little Jew brain is wired for.
to
Yeah,
get the
but a lot of
terrorists
Jews
out
are
of
getting
there.
fucked, Leo.
Not right now. I'd say right now
yes.
Palestinians are
In
getting
Gaza,
fucked.
a bunch of Jews got killed.
I would tell you the
You know that, right?
Palestinians are getting fucked severely
Yeah.
by Hamas as well. So I don't think.
no lube.
You are
Yeah.
aware of that, right? That during the bombing of Gaza, a bunch of Jews ended up dying, right?
But it's still going on.
It is
That's
going
my
on.
that's
Yeah.
my point. They're
Yeah.
still eradicating these people.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
you understand that these are fucking madmen who
Hamas is.
Hamas is a
Not the innocent children that fucking damn near 2,000, 3,000 of them die every day.
Yeah, Leo, but what do you want them to
3,000 children
do?
do not die every day. That is bullshit.
Yeah, you're just saying shit now.
No, I had read that online.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know if
and
that's
it's bullshit.
accurate, but
It's
I had read it
definitely
online.
not. I can promise you it's not.
3,000? Come on, bro.
Well, a lot of children are dying every day. It's true.
That's true. That's true. If you can tell me of a way of preventing it, if you can tell me of a more intelligent way of
Yeah, there's
handling
no
the
other
situation,
way. That's the problem. Everybody's
way
talking
that
about
Israel's
ceasefire,
handling
this
it.
and that, but these guys don't want a ceasefire.
what better policy do you think exists?
Hamas actually wrote a ceasefire, and they
fuck out.
wanted to trade ransom victims, and I forgot what else. But basically, Netanyahu was like, "Nah, I'm not down."
Of course,
Yeah,
he's
why-
fine.
why
Why would he be
fuck
down?
would you be down? They always
He's
say
killing-
shit like that and always fuck you over in the last second. I mean, they always fucking do that.
Can we agree that both of them are at fault?
I'm not gonna put them in the same
Yeah, I wouldn't say
category.
that
It's
either.
fucking retarded beyond compare. I
I
can't.
said that both of them are at fault.
Everyone is at fault. Humanity's at fault. I mean, that doesn't tell me shit. I can't with that. That's
We're gonna talk about Trump paying the stot.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I mean,
Guys, Trump officially lost in court.
So a bitch that called rape sexy.
What's her name?
E. Jean Carroll.
yeah. I saw that clip where she was saying that she believes that most people think that rape is sexy.
On CNN, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
And the guy cut to commercial. He's like, fuck this shit. He's like, fuck, eject,
Yeah.
eject, abort,
Yeah.
abort.
Yo, first of all, anybody could have just went in court, showed the judge that clip, and that's it. It's dropped. Cause bro,
I don't know about that.
Bro,
But
there's no
You know
proof.
that E. Jean Carroll had one of Epstein's buddies bankrolling her in
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
her civil suit. It was some guy that's a huge Democratic
bro, forget that though.
that he donates money to the Democratic Party.
There is literally no proof that Trump did this, bro.
Dude, you know she couldn't recall like the dressing room where it happened. She described
There's
the
no
dress that
proof.
wasn't out yet.
Bro.
Her story is the same exact plot line as a Law and Order episode, which is her favorite. She also used to watch The Apprentice, and then she retweeted The Apprentice and a bunch of shit like years after she got raped supposedly. And they're like, "Oh, if you got raped by this man, why are you retweeting The Apprentice saying that it's your favorite
Bro,
show?"
I could literally say some chick
It's
raped
so
me.
much things that stacked up against her, and dude, this jury, this judge, this whole thing that's happening to Donald Trump is so politically charged that, dude, I don't even know if there's a way to stop it. You
Trump's
can't
still
even
gonna
get-
win, bro. He's still
Dude,
gonna win
you
after
can't
all
even get a
this.
fair jury because Donald Trump is so polarizing. There's no way you don't feel any type of way about him. Oh, how do you feel about Trump? Oh, no types of way. That's bullshit. You feel a certain type of way.
very-
Everyone does. You can't get a fair fucking shot in court.
I'm very surprised at what ended up happening with that judge when she asked for all of the questions that Trump's lawyer was going to ask ahead of time, and all of the responses to questions that Trump was going to give to ask for them ahead of time, so that the other party would have
Yeah,
access
so
to
they
them,
would be privy to it.
Oh, yeah,
which is
yeah.
insane. I
Bro,
mean,
the shit that they're doing to Trump is just
It's
they're,
political
wep-
interference.
they're weaponizing like it's
This
just
is a banana republic. Like,
I really genuinely think they really are like scrambling and trying to do anything they can so this man cannot win, bro.
you know, the
I
only
think
one
they're
that I'm
honestly
scared
worried,
of,
bro.
the only one that I'm scared of is this Jack Smith indictment. Because he's a fucking ruthless animal, Jack Smith. And he'll stop at nothing to bring Donald Trump down.
Who's Jack Smith?
The one who's prosecuting him on the Mar-a-Lago documents case,
That's
the
fucking
espionage.
that's getting thrown out, bro. That's
Dude,
fucking mierda, bro.
Okay, look at this E. Jean Carroll case that we could have said the same thing. Oh, this is gonna get thrown out. There's no way she's gonna win.
Even
She
though
just
he lost this.
She just won $83 million
Even
in
though he
punitive
lost
damages.
this, bro, even though he lost
He's gonna
this,
appeal. Yes, I know. He's
nothing's gonna
appeal.
happen, bro. He's gonna lose this.
You
and
don't know that.
He can still run, bro. There's no issue.
Yeah, but you don't know that he's gonna like appeal and that it's gonna go through for him. He might still have to end up
It's gonna go
paying her the
through,
$83 million.
bro.
Just like with the Mar-a-Lago document situation, he still might go to jail. You feel me? Even if he appeals, even if he becomes president, he's still gonna have to go through the ringer, through the system.
Trump will become president in jail. Mark my words, bro.
That's gonna be so crazy.
That's
Other
how-
nations are gonna look at us like we're fucking nuts. Like they're gonna.
No, it's
This will
literally.
be a turning point in history, and it'll shape.
It'll be the biggest
it'll
election
shape
of the year.
It'll shape the future. I promise you that.
It'll be the biggest. It's gonna be the biggest
And
election of
people
all
are
time,
like,
bro.
oh, we can't elect Donald Trump because our democracy's,
They're all
in
pussies.
jeopardy.
They're all pussies.
We're never gonna have a fair election again. Blah. He's gonna be a dictator, and I'm like, dude, there's so many checks and balances set up to where he can't do that. He
Yeah,
can't just take over the
Destiny's
presidency.
debate with Ben had to do because Destiny hates Trump, and he was asking Ben, why would you even want Trump to try to become president again if he tried to.
He didn't really try anything.
Yeah, but his whole point was that he tried to, and that what happens if he wins again? Will he try to do it for the third
he could
term?
have tried to get the military on his side if he really wanted to engage in a coup
Yeah.
and really give them orders to do something. Seeing
That
he
was literally
commander-in-chief.
Ben's argument that he could have did that and he didn't do it, obviously, because he wasn't trying to fucking take over. Like,
He just wanted a fair election, which I think we all wanted.
So I have no idea what happened in the election. I don't know what the fuck is going on in that sense, but I definitely do feel like there's a lot of concern on the other on the other political side.
they're worried as fuck. The
What's-
left are screaming. Bro.
Yeah.
They're shaking. They're shaking in
bro.
their boots.
Bro, they don't got much time left, bro. It's a couple months left.
Yeah. And not only that, once he becomes the actual nominee for the Republican
It's
Party,
game over.
It's
game over, bro. That's it,
yeah,
bro.
it's done.
If it's Trump and Biden, bro, I kid you not.
My thing is, what are they gonna
landslide.
do when they're cornered like that? Because they're gonna whoop some crazy
They're
shit
gonna
out
try to
the ass.
assassinate him or some crazy
Hopefully
shit.
They
not.
don't want to do that.
Why not?
Nah,
Because that'll
that'll
make
be
him a
civil
martyr.
war. Yeah.
Even if they make him a martyr, there's not another Donald Trump or Donald
There
Trump like
doesn't have
figure.
to. There doesn't have
the
to
people
be.
will
It'll be
stand
worse.
up. The people will stand up.
No, that'll be terrible if that happens for the. I mean,
Why do you think?
I just don't see like anyone else taking his place. Donald Trump is a very unique character.
They won't take his place, but it'll definitely destabilize the entire situation for these people.
I mean, you know what scares me the most? That anything can happen. Literally anything. Until November, anything can happen.
What are you looking at? Like sort of cyber attack sort of thing?
The internet's gone for a couple months.
Dude, anything
and even
can
worse
happen.
pandemic than the one we had
Disease
last
X.
time.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah. They're making a disease now that's like 100% fatal. And
That's funny.
and it's coming from the same
100% fatal.
yeah, and it's coming from the same people like in the Wuhan lab and shit.
From the people that bought you the mRNA vaccine.
Yeah.
Right.
Disease
those
X.
guys. Yeah, those guys.
So what's the plan with this? What, to implement it in jails for people who?
No.
Make it a tougher disease than corona.
Wow.
So they can really tell you what to do.
Yeah, it's the control.
It really
Yeah,
is
it's
just.
100% fatal at that point.
I mean,
I don't think it's 100% fatal.
It's not gonna be. They're just saying that, bro. That's.
Well, if it's 100% fatal, it might as well just be in the chair and just
I mean, Ben. What's that dude's name? Sam Harris had an argument for that, where he was arguing that if corona was extremely bad to the point that we would be okay with them telling us what to do. Do you remember that?
He's saying he would be right if it would have been worse.
Yeah, like if,
I don't know, because the World Economic Forum.
What do you
is
think
like,
about that though? If it was that bad though,
If it was that bad, you wouldn't have to tell people to fucking say
take
it.
the shot.
Yeah, no,
Right.
they'll want to take it by themselves. If
Yeah.
it was that bad, I'll stay inside. Like all of the pandemic, I was outside. And then my friends would host parties at their house, and we would go and party the fuck up out of there. Like 40 people stuffed in an apartment
Yeah.
and shit.
but do you
feel me?
think that was because the government did a bad job trying to?
I think it's because coronavirus wasn't as bad as everyone made
I
it
mean,
seem.
obviously in hindsight, but I mean, and during that time though, do you
During
think?
that time, I was not scared at all. Not even a little bit. And my parents kept telling me, take the job, and I was like, I'm not
do you
taking
think
that
it was
shit.
just a
I'm
form of
not taking that
people
shit.
being
It's control.
rebellious against the government?
It's control. It's power. It's the never-ending fight against the different classes. The managerial class, the ruling class, the working class. The never-ending fight between those classes. That's what it's about. Thank you, guys. I prefer a standing ovation next time, by the way.
You just destroyed the fallacies by proving the point.
It's always going to be a class
right, Rob.
war. And I'm not even talking about communism or Karl Marx or any of that shit. It's just always going to be a class war. No matter what happens, that's the literally
Yes.
how we're fucking
That does sound pretty
trained.
Marxist.
That's how we're trained. That's how we're fucking, like, we're wired to think like that.
To think that everything is a class war, politically.
No, it just...
Historically.
that's how we're built. You feel me?
Hierarchy?
Of course, there's always a hierarchy.
There is
Always.
hierarchy. There needs to be hierarchy.
Okay, so what happens to hierarchy when the prestigious title no longer fits? Like, title doesn't mean anything anymore.
Right.
There's no structure.
Then and there's no structure. It gets destabilized, and a new
then
structure
we're-
comes out of that.
Yeah, there's always gonna be something.
Yeah.
There's
People
always gonna
can't.
be
People are not
something
gonna
to-
just live. People or pass whatever. People are not gonna
There's always
just.
going to be something to cover it up.
People are not gonna just live
We're not
fucking
opposites.
free willy and just fucking.
Yeah, the idea of equality is dead from the outside. I mean, there's equality under the law, but any other form of equality that is based on any guarantee of you having, the same things that somebody else has, regardless of the amount of effort you put into it, is just bullshit.
It's like DEI. It's like all that shit. Like they're trying to give the same rights to these people that are not, fit for the role. They're
Dude,
not-
DEI is pretty scary.
It is.
Like
of
they're
course.
implementing that shit all
Did you see
over.
Mark Cuban trying to like fucking defend it on Twitter?
Let me get to it. Before that, the DEI has been implemented in a bunch of fucking what's it called? Airplane companies.
You saw that they're trying to hire fucking mentally like incapacitated people,
Not
people that
even.
have serious physical conditions.
Not even. They're not. Fuck that. They're just gonna hire people based off their skin color. Like
Diversification hire.
it's not off merit anymore.
Oh.
Like that's a problem, bro. Like people are.
It should always be off merit.
I'm
Like,
terrified.
always.
I'm gonna fly soon.
Oh, and it's like a racial thing. Like, you see that shit in prison too, you know what I mean?
You shouldn't be scared. Because for the pilots, it takes a lot of fucking. They have to have merit of some sort. They're not gonna
Bro,
put like
there's
a
been a
bullshit
lot
ass
of
pilot.
clips. There's been a lot of
Oh, they
clips.
will. They will put bullshit pilots.
That's what I'm trying to tell Leo. He thinks
they
this shit
will.
is sweet.
It's a bias.
Bro,
I mean,
there was a fucking door. The emergency door was flying. There was a passenger.
Well, in the Alaskan Airways, when
Yeah,
it just
but-
ripped off.
There was a passenger that on a Spirit flight told one of the employees like, "Yo, bro, the bolts are missing."
Missing on the wing.
And it's like
they had to stop the flight.
They had to
yeah.
stop the flight because of that, bro. For a fucking.
But it's,
look,
The
it's not
CEO
like,
of that airline is flying on a fucking private jet with a
oh yeah, his
top
carbon
of the
footprint is
line
lovely.
pilot, best pilot you can imagine. He's not gonna be using the diversity
Hey,
hire.
Can I squeeze a little point into here?
Yeah.
What is up with them like putting Taylor Swift on every like Super Bowl commercial and every like football event? Like they're focusing in on her. I feel like the media is using her. You feel me?
I mean-
because she has left wing ideas. She's left as fuck. She's
I
with
mean,
the Democrats.
NFL is using her just based off money. Fuck all that other shit you're saying.
But do you
Taylor
think
Swift is huge.
Do you think there's a political like?
No,
there's something political about it?
No, the NFL is doing that for pure money, bro.
So the connection with Taylor Swift, just advocating for her own, like, oh, if I'm being judged, so I should do this, and she has been listening to the people, and then she finally, I guess, like in one award show, she stood up and she said,
Oh, she actually stood up to the labels because what's George Soros? His company actually owns Taylor Swift's music, so therefore she had to re-release the music
She had to re-record it.
Re-record
like,
it.
like Taylor's version.
because you can do that now. You can re-record as
And
long
put
as
it out.
and put it out.
and the Swifties ate it up. They ate it the fuck up.
Bro, she literally went, I think it was the Grammys or an award show, like Ron said, and nigga, she called out George Soros, like, yo, this guy, George Soros, he has my company records. They never spoke to me, even asked me if I was okay with this. Like, so this nigga George Soros is doing all type of shit with.
He gets as involved as he can. The problem with guys like that is that they go where other people don't ever even look. Like, you know, we've been talking here for half an hour about the federal government, federal elections.
Yeah.
Presidency, the executive office, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Soros is the type of guy who will buy judges in the locality, right? He'll buy like local judges and local politicians
And blue states and shit.
and fill it up with his fucking people and his agenda all over the fucking country. And that's how these people operate. But the problem is people, I mean, again, you look at the presidential election, bro, that's not going to be the shit that changes shit, bro. If people, the only thing that's really going to change the situation is if people in general come to an understanding of what the problems that these people are threatening humanity with are, and then actually go out and face them by interacting locally, right?
Yeah.
That has to happen on a mass scale. If it doesn't, that's it. You're fucked.
Absolutely, I agree.
George Soros has been doing a bunch of. I mean, he's old as shit. So he, even when he was really young, he was throwing a bunch of money at these like socialist groups in different countries, and he actually did some good too. I forgot what it was. I know he helped with like the Berlin Wall or some shit. There was a lot of like decent things he did, but then most of the other shit he did was just investing in.
No, but the Berlin Wall was actually something that they needed.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's actually done. Oh no, you're saying the socialists actually needed that?
The people that have the sort of agenda that Soros does, yeah, they definitely
okay.
needed it. They needed it. The Cold War was a complete threat to everything that's happening now. You think you could have spoken like a Bernie Sanders here in the United States during the Cold War? And garnered the sort of attention that he's gathered in politics? You wouldn't have been able to pull that off.
No, but George is definitely. I mean, that's why in these states these blue states, they're just letting people go with no bail. Like you don't. I mean, with they could just go. They don't even need bond or whatever. Like I forgot what it was. It was a case in New York where some dude fucking. He did some extreme shit, bro, and like that's it. He let him go. Like he was just free on.
Yeah, that's the sort of shit that you end up seeing. Everything that happened after 2020 ends up being a blur to people because things started accelerating.
Things changed.
Yeah, things started accelerating due to this intense fear that people had of, at least the intense fear that these elites have of Trump getting a second term.
I've said this before and I'll say it again. The more freedom you want, the more security you want, the less freedom you're gonna have.
And that includes
And
financial.
if you want more
cap.
freedom, then you have less security.
That's cap.
It's not. Think
cap.
about it. You give up your freedom for security. You want the United States to protect you. You want all these protections in place. well, they're going
To a
take away some of
degree,
your
to a
freedoms.
degree, to a degree.
And if you want more freedom, you got to get away from the security. And it's like opposite.
Security only in the sense we're like against other countries, sure, but like personal security,
No, yeah, personal security too, like cops, like everything, like
that's the only thing we need. That's the only thing we need. Like that's security wise. What else?
The more security that we have, like the less freedom.
You think we need more of the government?
No.
Interjection, but
Well, a lot of people are so worried about their kids that they're willing to trade their freedoms away just to have that security for their child, for their family. You feel me?
Do you think the
Like
amount
a
of
lot of like middle class people out there right now, they'll trade all that shit just to make sure that they're secure.
Do you think the amount of
That
government
was
that we have right now is good enough, or do we need less?
No, we
Say that again?
definitely need less.
Hold on, I want him to answer.
Say that again?
Do you think we need the amount of government we have right now is good, or do we need less?
We could cut down a couple FBI agents, a couple CIA agents. I mean,
You're trying to cut those guys off?
The ATF is crazy. The alcohol, tobacco, and firearms branch, that shit is crazy. The student one, just the one that gives all the money to the schools, is so captured. So because they're promising kickbacks, they're promising, you feel me, backdoor payments, all these backdoor deals that they do. These people in power, they're gonna get a piece of the pie. They're not just gonna let this shit go through because we want to help people. No, they're getting a piece of the pie. That's why people like AOC and Nancy Pelosi are up millions of dollars, and they work at a job that only provides them like $150,000 a year. I think that's the salary.
That's every politician, bro.
The salary for
the
them
most
is like
part.
$200,000 at the most. Yet they're fucking multimillionaires. Like, get the fuck out of here.
I'll tell you
You're
what.
insider training. You're insider trading because of your husband. You're fucking doing all this shit that's illegal while promoting
They're
it.
also very famous and are a brand themselves.
So,
like AOC is a brand.
right, but I'll tell you, when people like AOC start talking about the government paying for this, that, or the other, there's a lot of shit that comes with that a lot of people don't pay attention to. You look at how expensive healthcare is. I mean, if you get a fucking hospital bill, if you got to go to the ER or some shit,
It's through the roof.
expensive.
it's
Through the
pretty,
roof.
yes,
Through the roof.
right. It wasn't like that before. Now, what happened?
It was just not to this extreme.
No, it was not like that in the 70s and 60s.
So how do you
Okay, you're
rectify
going way back.
defiance?
It was not.
How do you rectify defiance in judicial systems?
I'll tell
It's
you.
like in legality format, that's paradoxical itself because that ties into everything. That just ties into money. That ties into allocations of fund. The only reason why allocations of funds exist, it's a structured format so that we can capitalize off that. Because other than that, money's a paper trail.
I'll tell you what, Ron. One of the things that caused insurance prices, even completely adjusted for any type of inflation you want to count, is the fact that we ended up subsidizing all of this, right? Now, you're willing to pay a lot of money to save your own life. Now, how much of someone else's money are you willing to pay to save your own life?
Absolutely.
And it's a lot.
That ties in.
Okay, that's what's happening with Medicare. That's what's happening with Medicaid. And the drug companies, the pharmaceuticals,
They're gonna
they
stuff
know.
their pockets either way.
They know.
However way this shit goes, they got to wait for them to make money.
Right.
That's for damn sure.
I mean,
But don't you think isn't that what they should do?
I mean, any successful
what do you
company
mean?
should aspire for that. But
what
you
who
gotta
should
think
do?
about it. We're also the only.
If you were running a company, fucking company that sold drugs, you would want to make as
But
much as you
listen,
can,
Kevin,
right?
Absolutely.
We're the United States is the only place that we can advertise the pharmaceutical companies' drugs through the TV, through the radio, through things like that. In every other country, it's banned. You can't do that in Europe. You can't do that in Japan. You can't do that anywhere else. The only place where you can do commercials about pharmaceutical drugs is in the United States.
Yeah,
And that's
the
crazy.
U.S. is a huge pharmaceutical science experiment in many ways because with the
It's a fundraiser.
what they end up doing is that they get a shitload. They get something that other countries don't have to deal with here in the United States. If you patent a drug, since you're the one with the patent, you end up getting to make that drug and you have a monopoly on it for a set amount of years. So like, for example, when Zoloft came out, right, the antidepressant or some shit, for about 20 years,
That's how long the
right.
pallet
Yeah.
For real?
I think it was Pfizer that came up with Zoloft. But
Good old Pfizer.
for a good 20, 25 years, some shit like that, you end up having free reign. You can end up being the only company that produces this drug, right? After that, the patent expires and other companies can sell generic versions of that drug. But the problem is that in other countries, they end up getting the drug at a much cheaper price because the U.S. allows them to work
raise
that
it
way.
up or however they want.
Other countries are going to be
It's
like,
their
no, you
shit.
can't set the price like that. And so the pharmaceutical companies would rather get some money than no money because it's very cheap for them to make these drugs. So they end up giving those drugs at very, very fucking cheap prices. Even at a loss, they end up selling the drugs because they rather sell it at a loss than not sell it at all.
It is an interesting
Capitalizing on placebo even off the drug.
topic because I feel like I don't know. I just feel like it is because you want everybody to be healthy.
I don't know. I mean,
Yes.
You know, so it does
Your
suck.
immediate family for sure.
I mean, of course, but just in general, like you'd want the world to be like as a
Yeah,
humanitarian.
but what I'm trying to tell you is
Yeah.
why it's so expensive to get healthy in the first place, and it's because somebody said everybody should have the right to be healthy. Therefore,
you think
let's-
that's right?
Therefore, let's throw a shitload of money at it, and now
Should-
it's expensive as fuck for everyone.
Should everybody have the right to be healthy?
I don't even know what the fuck that means. What is the right to be healthy?
I guess be able to have access to any medications that you may need in order
And a hospital, access to a hospital too.
and access to a hospital. Maybe I'm assuming that would be the basic.
I want it to be affordable, and I want if somebody is disabled or something like that,
Right.
for them to be able to access it. What I don't want is everybody to just get fucking everything for free. in the medical system. That's a fucking disaster. It overwhelms the system as it is. And another problem that we have in this fucking medical system is the way that shit works at universities, where they have these limited ass amount of seats. There's a shitload of people that would be great doctors, but they settle on getting these bullshit diversity quotas and having a very limited amount of seats, kick out a shitload of good applicants for diversity's sake,
Yeah.
and then just leave it with this limited amount of doctors that are getting into the field, and make it so tenuous and difficult for people to even apply successfully to get into a medical school program. They make it such a hassle. And another reason for this is the amount of debt that's incurred. So think about why universities are so expensive. They're expensive as fuck for the same reason that healthcare is so fucking expensive. Why is healthcare so fucking expensive? I just told you. It's because we keep subsidizing these
throwing money
private
at it.
institutions. Yes, you throw money at private companies, they're always going to end up asking for more. And if you're subsidizing it and the fucking voters,
Especially if you bail them out.
the people that are voting for you are going to want that money. They're used to it now. How are they going to vote for you? Well, you tell them you're going to fucking pay that shit when Harvard makes the admissions more expensive. You know, you're going to help this kid with this scholarship, or where you're going to help at this local community college. You're going to fucking pay more money in Pell Grants or whatever the fuck it is. It doesn't matter what the price is. They're going to keep raising it, and the government's going to keep subsidizing it, and people are going to stay fucked. It's going to be expensive as fuck. And then some socialist is going to come along and be like, we need to make it free.
And that is the beginning of the end.
Well, that attempt to make it free is what made it expensive as fuck in the first place.
Canada has free healthcare.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Doesn't it? It takes mad long. Like if you need like a certain like a
I
specific
didn't know.
surgery or some shit,
didn't know.
woof, be ready to be on
They
the
also
waiting list.
incentivize you to kill yourself, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, they have euthanasia.
Assisted suicide is the term.
They're trying to make it-
assisted. I forgot what it's called.
Listen, they're trying to get it so that this is something that you qualify for on the basis of having depression.
Yeah,
all
mental
right?
health.
So you're trying to convince people that are feeling terrible in life already to kill
Kill
themselves.
themselves.
I mean, that is
That's beautiful.
the lowest bar in
That isn't the most evilest shit ever.
That is fucking
And then
satanic.
they
Well, Justin Trudeau is Fidel Castro's long lost son.
They wrap it around like this, like very nice way. Like they always do that. All these evil things are wrapped in a way where it
course.
seems like it's so nice and so
They're
brilliant.
feeding you a shit sandwich and expecting you to like it. Like, here, just eat this shit sandwich. Don't think about what's in it. Don't ask what's in it. Just eat it, and then we'll go on to the next time.
Yeah,
The
Canada's
next-
trash, bro.
Huh?
Canada's trash.
Yeah.
Like
it
there's-
really has gone downhill. Like
why would
severely.
you say that Canada's trash?
It's gone
Did
downhill.
you not just hear what we just
Have
said?
you
Ron?
been to Canada?
I have not been to Canada. It's
I'm saying the
Was it
policies.
worse?
The murder rate in Canada is going crazy. Like, crazy.
Forget that. I just mean policies. Like, bro, there's no freedom of speech. Why would I want to be anywhere in any country that there's no freedom of speech?
Yeah,
You can say I love Justin Trudeau, though.
they've done some
sure.
terrible fucking policies, man. Some questionable shit. And now it's not just that you can't say certain things, it's that you have to say other certain things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might get in trouble. Shit that has to do with pronouns. So now they're enforcing science fiction.
Great segue. Like Jordan
Motherfuckers.
Peterson. He like what was the bill that he first got famous for?
Bill C-16.
Bill C-16, dog. He was being forced to call people by their desired gender or whatever.
Yeah. Says if you don't do it, they're eventually going to take you to the court. And everyone's like, no, that's not what the bill says. Well, now he's fucking dealing with the fucking board that gave him his license.
Now they're gonna remove it, right? He's not gonna no longer.
They're gonna try to get him to do some re-education bullshit,
right?
And then they're gonna. They haven't even told him the criteria. None of the people that actually filed that shit against him none of them are clients of his. It's coming straight out of this, organization's asshole. They decided to whip it out of their ass and throw it on the table and see what sticks. And that's what's happening right now.
And Jordan Peterson said it though before, like on Joe Rogan, where he was saying like the guys that are gonna do the re-education are these people called these social media experts,
right?
And Lord knows what that is.
Yeah.
And Lord knows what they're gonna tell him that he has to do / say.
You have to go to some. It's sort of like going to a priest and asking him to forgive you for your sins. Right.
That's gonna be like that's like a foreshadowing of the future, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like hopefully not, but if the woke.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's being done by force more and more because of desperation on the side of the.
And then people are gonna have to like, let's say God forbid, like the world does become woke. Like, everybody's just gonna have to act like they like it, or unless you're.
That's all it is. It's just like, that's what happened in the Soviet Union. Everybody's pretending like everything is great.
Communist shit, yeah.
Everything was going down the hole.
Say something great, and then you're fucking killed, yeah.
Right. That's pretty much. That's pretty much the only way to do it, because people. The gig is up for anybody who understands what's really coming and what the actual agenda is, which they're not afraid to tell you. They
put it in your face.
Yeah, it's in your face. It's all over the fucking place. They'll tell you we're gonna fucking put some implants in you. We have too many people. We need to eliminate a lot of.
You're gonna eat bugs. You're gonna like it. You're not gonna own a car. You're not gonna own a house.
Guys,
You're gonna do what I say.
What did you guys think of the Ben Shapiro track?
I thought it was genius.
It brought a little tear to my eye.
Yeah?
It touched me emotionally.
Who the fuck is the dude? I've seen him before. He's like a political rapper, I guess.
I have no idea who the fuck that is.
That is Tom McDonald.
That man is.
He makes anti-woke rap.
Oh man.
It probably sounds trash.
Would you consider yourself to be in that category yet?
I'd consider myself to be anti-woke. I don't know if I'd consider myself an anti-woke rapper.
Gotcha.
I don't even.
You're not a wapper.
But similarities.
Yeah, no, I obviously listen. I fuck with Tom McDonald.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
I have no idea who that is. I just
no. Tom McDonald can spit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can spit. You haven't heard his other tracks?
Nah, it's very. I don't even know how to describe it. Just listening to Ben on the track was just based. I really didn't expect.
That was a bit odd, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even expect that. I'm like, wait, I thought he was gonna just be in the video, and then I heard him actually rap, and I'm like,
he was in it. Yeah,
oh man,
he did rap.
Yo, my man, what are you playing, bro? What are you playing?
Man
is just playing.
You're fucking on one, my man.
Man, Leo's just fucking up the podcast, though. Just playing shit, though.
God damn.
But what were we talking about?
I don't know, bro. I've been looking into.
Oh,
shit.
Ben Shapiro. Honestly, what was your thoughts? It was straight.
On Ben Shapiro?
Yeah.
I listen. He did way better than I would have expected. Some dude that's never rapped, that doesn't even respect.
Do you think he got a ghostwriter?
No. How much do you think that guy paid him?
I wouldn't even be surprised if he did that
for free.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has a ghostwriter.
I don't
think that was Ben Shapiro writing that.
If he wrote that, respect.
I don't think so, though.
It was very like, Ben Shapiro is a white Jewish kid from fucking, where's he from? Some suburban area. So
I don't think he would pay somebody to represent him that way.
I don't know. I don't think Ben Shapiro has much flow.
I don't think he'd be. No, he actually studied music for well over a decade. So
no, I know he's a violinist, right?
So he.
How do you even say that word? A violinist?
Who gives a fuck?
Violinist, right? That's how you say it?
Violinist.
A violinist.
Violinist.
Well, at least it's better than a pianist.
Right.
A what?
Pause.
A pianist?
Super pause.
A pianist.
Interchangeably, however it's pronounced.
Yeah.
But Ben was a little. I don't know. Maybe someone did write it for
I
him.
want to throw some things out there that I see
I'm all ears.
as probably happening.
Talk,
And
my child.
I say if you woke up 30 years from now, this is what will be happening if you continue the woke trajectory, right?
Okay.
Now I want to tell you, I want to ask you whether or not you disagree with whether or not these things might be happening
Go for
30
it.
years from now if the trend continues, right? All right, RFID implant straight into the fucking vein.
I mean, Elon already.
Yeah.
Right.
We know this already.
Okay, good.
There's
That's
kind of
for sure.
been like an experimentation already with like handshakes.
Right.
I was like, yeah.
Okay, people are going to be basically sterile, right? In the sense that you're going to be, some people are going to be allowed to have kids if they're worthy. They're going to be allowed to have a maximum of 2 kids. Some people that are highly intelligent and very productive might be allowed to have 3 kids. Right.
Okay.
But
Some China shit.
it's going to be
Right.
it's going to be a situation where you have reproduction
Laws.
without sex and sex without reproduction.
I mean, that's a thing already.
Right.
This is
It's not necessary, not to the degree they want to control it.
I mean,
this
of course, yeah.
infrastructure is stemming from what now? Just the.
He's just saying what would
World
happen
Economic
like in 30
Forum.
years.
Oh man, you are on one.
World Economic Forum.
Yo, Leo, you good, bro?
Yo,
I'm just high. My bad.
It's all
I haven't
Gucci,
been
bro.
smoking at all.
It's all Gucci, bro. Man, Leo is faded, guys.
but okay,
Boy, yeah.
yeah. Sex without reproduction, reproduction without sex. Limitations on what's legal to eat.
They already have to a degree, like you said. Yeah, I think, yeah. What else?
Okay.
I mean, it's just gonna be communist mixed with technocrat.
Inability to travel to other states and
They're gonna take your guns. That's
and
for
even
sure.
other cities. That's a given.
That's
They're
a
gonna take
number
your
one.
guns.
That's like number one step. I mean, that would be the first step in order
If we
to
give
do
up
all
our
this.
guns, we're super dumb. Like,
Yeah,
we're
but
super
they don't.
dumb.
They're not stupid enough to do it in one blow and just say, "Give us your guns."
Yeah, so it has to be slowly.
Because that would
and-
provide
You
too
remember
much.
the gun buyback program where you would go and there was.
That's still a thing, I think.
The New World Order is
That's probably
divergent.
There's more guns than citizens, so I mean, it's a little bit difficult.
That's pretty
to
good.
Get that.
When you think
happening
about
here.
it, right?
So technically, a divergence is what you need. You need to be at least
I say more Glocks, less people.
More
inclusive
classes.
to and contributive to society. I don't know. Is what they're trying to make it seem. They're trying to give it like a heroic structure, but it's based to fail. It's like no matter how much you put, people are just going to defy naturally.
I think people are very defiant, you know, in their, in not only in their self-conscious, but people just as a whole are very defiant. We always want to go against the grain, go against what's, you know, familiar to us, because we almost want a different opinion. We want to be able to have a different opinion than those around us, you know?
There's going to be a limit on how long a person can live.
Oh, we'll have an expiration date?
Yes,
How about defiance and
Why?
combine it with natural selection?
because everybody has a right to live for only so long, and after that, if you're
What
not,
do you think, like 45?
no, I think it's more like if you're not able to complete your task and continue working and all that shit, then
Yeah.
it's time for you to fucking get out of here,
Just
bro.
useless people. We're throwing
Like,
them
take
out.
the demise.
Take the
Okay,
trash out.
but what would be the median number of people that,
I don't
you
know. It depends on what the lifespan is like and what the health of people are at a given location, and what sort of work they're doing as well.
Farming?
Yeah, that's not allowed anymore.
No?
No.
farming?
No,
How dare you?
that'll make it.
How dare
Everything,
you?
everything
You'll
will
be way too independent if you're allowed to farm. You
Yeah,
can't just
bro.
do that. We'll have to make some bullshit up about how it's bad for the environment or some shit.
So farmers' laws.
But dude,
Yeah.
I don't know. Have
No
you ever
more
farmed?
meat. No more meat.
No.
I've never farmed either, except like little shit. But I feel like it would be fun.
I mean, my fucking grandfather was one. And,
I kind of want to go hunting, do some farming,
Yeah.
do some outdoorsmanship.
The real estate is there.
I just don't want to depend on like, you know, technology for everything.
It does make us very disconnected from what we evolved to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
It does sort of separate humanity
We got no option though, bro. So
from what's out there.
And I know we've all caught ourselves on our phone doing the doom scrolling where you're just scrolling
Yeah.
and scrolling and
Yeah.
scrolling.
Yeah.
And you know, we're all guilty of that.
Yeah, that can be a serious fucking problem. And
that's my main issue, bro.
yeah.
You need to start getting your creative juices pumping and focusing on those things that, you know, you're thinking about instead of focusing on, you know,
Harder said than done when your phone is
right there.
a tool
Yeah.
that you need to use every day.
Well, that's why I think guys like Elon already tell you that you're basically a cyborg already. You know, you're
Yeah.
just keeping your chip a little bit further away than your skin.
It's not in your body, yeah. It's just something outside, yeah.
But you carry it around everywhere, and God forbid
Every
you forget where it
location,
is.
Everything.
Right. So there's all that. I do think, like, you know, there's a lot of shit that comes to humans with nature that we've sort of just completely gotten rid of that really make life more satisfying.
Things that we got rid of?
Yeah, like even, the environment that we're in right now, we're surrounded by fucking walls and shit,
Okay.
right? Like, just that sort of shit is not natural.
I see what you mean.
The fucking temperature, the way that the air is being distributed in this fucking room right now, none of that shit is fucking natural. It's a fucking central air conditioning system.
Right.
The artificial lights that are going on at this fucking time.
Makes you a lot more comfortable, don't it?
When the lights that you would be seeing are just the fucking...
The sun
Take
or
it from me,
the
dude.
moon.
I've been to Cuba and I've dealt with los apagones.
Yeah.
And I've been there taking cold ass showers and not having light after 6 p.m.
Yeah.
Up until the next day. And bro, do not take the technology for granted. Technology is beautiful. Thank God we're able to shower. Thank God we're able to have light. Thank God we're able to record right now this episode. Like, thank God for all that shit. Because, dude, trust me, not having power, not having technology is brutal. That's like, yeah, it's
Everything's a
brutal.
perspective, though, right?
Wait, what do you mean not have... everybody has some fucking technology.
No, but I'm saying, like, being in Cuba, we're like, there's not Wi-Fi everywhere.
A fucking
The light
stick is
goes off.
technology.
I meant, like, you know what I meant.
It's like we adapt.
You mean electricity.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean in terms of, like, the comfort that technology gives
Commodity.
people.
The
Right.
pure luxury of commodity.
And it's actually enhanced people's health. People live way longer now than they do.
Yep.
It's just people aren't necessarily happier.
But to your argument,
Beauty
though, Leo.
is in the high of
To
the
your
beer
argument,
holder.
though, Leo, there are people that live like that and would say they are happier.
The beer holder.
They can say whatever they want, but they've never tried it on this side, and the grass is always greener on this
Oh, no,
side.
the hunter-gatherers are definitely happier than Americans.
You think so?
Yeah, that's just facts. The research on that
Can you,
is
can
done.
you t-
Like
name me,
people that
can
are
you name
tribes
me
and
a
shit?
few?
Yes.
Can you name me a few of these hunter gatherers? Because I want to meet one. I want to see one.
There's plenty.
I want to
And
talk to
there's
one.
a bunch, bro.
What do you mean name the hunter? You want me to give you the individual names of hunter-gatherers?
Of one hunter gatherer that you know of.
I can show you tribes and shit like that.
I thought you might know one person.
He's claiming that the tribe people that
Wait, why would I have to know one person? Listen.
I don't know. I just thought it would be cool if you actually knew one of these people. Like, I don't know. You
Yeah,
talked
you're
about
talking
it
on
like
the mic,
you,
bro.
you were talking about it like it was your
Talk
buddy.
on the mic,
Well, no, I'm just
nigga.
saying that the research does show that these people are actually pretty damn happy.
I think
So it does
So
kill
like
your
I'm saying,
argument.
we need to go talk to them and see what their life is about. Because maybe they live a super simple life where they've never been introduced to electricity. Therefore, how could they miss something that they've never had?
You think that
If we
might...
hook them up with electricity and show them the alcohol and we show them all this bullshit, they're gonna go nuts. These hunter gatherers are gonna be like, "Fuck this shit.
I will tell
I ain't
you
hunting this shit. I ain't gathering shit."
that
I
what
just-
Go to Publix.
people are missing and is
I disagree.
a lot of it has to do with the socialization element. The way that people socialize in hunter-gatherer tribes is pretty much how humans are naturally evolved to socialize, and to have the sort of circles that people evolve to have, where everybody basically knows who everybody is. There's a small group. When there's 6 billion people, you're not going to be at the fucking top of the hierarchy unless you're the baddest motherfucker. Right? When there's 60 people, it's a lot easier to be at the top of the hierarchy. And you know everybody in the hierarchy, and everybody in the hierarchy knows you, and you have a position established there. You have a reputation established there. In New York, you can walk past, thousands of people and, fucking make eye contact with 0 human beings. Right?
I've been to New York at night and during the day. There's so
Are
many
you playing
different.
Pokemon Go, bro?
Yeah, there's so many different types of people. Like in New York, like it's like a melting pot. It almost like makes me think of here of Florida.
I mean,
But there's so many different
New York
people
is
in
a
the same
way
place.
bigger melting pot.
I mean,
There's way more types of
Well, I think the
cultures.
melting pot is part of what isolates people.
how?
Because of the fact that there's no common denominator in terms of how people act. The only
Why
thing,
does it have to be a common denominator?
because that's what lets people know how you're going to interact with each other.
The status quo,
No, not the status quo. The rules for socialization. All group,
according to who? To you?
according to every
their
group,
culture?
every group has rules of socialization. Right, they
Or
have
lack-
ways in
or
which
lack
they
thereof.
communicate. Motherfuckers,
Sure, I guess.
some motherfuckers shake hands, some motherfuckers shake
Subconsciously?
bow. Some people, if you fucking, smile under one circumstances, it's considered rude. If you go to another country, it's considered rude if you don't smile in that
Oh, just the standard of their.
So that sort of stuff. There's no commonality if you have 20 fucking cultures smashing into each other.
I see what you mean.
So there's no common thread that ties people together. People need a common thread to be able to even fucking communicate properly.
I mean, I kind of agree with you.
But there's
it's-
people that date and they have sex and they're like totally different.
Yes, people fuck and all that stuff. Yeah, what is that?
And it doesn't isolate them. The melting pot makes them meet people that they wouldn't regularly
I'm not
meet.
talking about a person. I'm talking about the civilization as a whole. Mm-hmm. And it's true that melting pots in general, there are more rates of depression. There are higher rates of fucking crime. It is a fucking greater shithole than
Yeah,
a
sure.
small
Because
community where
there's
people
a
know
slight
each other.
disconnect, maybe. Like there's.
But I feel like you would meet people that you wouldn't usually meet. You would, it just
would?
teaches you things that you
But it
wouldn't
wouldn't
normally
be
think
as-
about.
And that's dope. That's
Shit that you wouldn't normally think
Just
about.
ask
You're thinking
yourself
about
whether
it.
it's
Not-
worth the cost.
Or not even. Do you think people in a melting pot like meet each other more successfully versus a country that they all have the same type of
I
rules?
think they have more in common by being. They're so different, and that's what makes them have so much in common. That all of them are different. You feel me?
But what do you think? A country that has the same rules, those people have more.
I'm sure they have some rules there too. Some, rules that like everybody.
That's what I'm saying, though. In a certain country or a group of people, whatever, that's just kind of how they do shit. Now, versus a place that it's just a bunch of cultures and different, like, and it's like free for all, pretty
You're
much.
gonna have different rules.
Name
depending
one of
on
those
where you are.
places.
New York.
It's not a free for all though.
I'm just saying, in the ideas of their cultures and shit. Yeah, people have different ideas and what they believe
There's
in. And
definitely a lot of Puerto Ricans, a lot of Dominicans,
there's a lot of
lot of
people in
black
New York,
people.
bro. Indians. There's
Yeah.
fucking
Asians.
There's Jewish people, bro.
No,
There's,
hello, you Jews. Yeah.
it's a big
New
melting
York
pot,
is
bro.
overrun with Jews. You guys need to kick them out
Right.
Listen, bro, that's your
from the river to the sea.
Sure.
okay.
How does that make?
That is one Leo B.
Do you think Lil Dicky has a ghostwriter?
Come at me, brah.
But
Lil B does not have a ghostwriter. That nigga is a G.
Ghostwriter.
He is a
Lil
G.
Dicky.
He is.
No, not Lil Dicky. Lil B.
Nah, Lil B's a bass freestyler. Don't ever
Oh yeah, back then.
don't ever claim that the bass god has a ghostwriter.
No.
That's disrespectful.
Bass God does not have a ghostwriter, but Lil Dicky though.
Bro, if
he is
if-
the ghostwriter for many.
If you're paying a man to write the shit that Lil B writes, bro, like you're fucking
You're dumb.
Nah, dog, chill, dog. Don't disrespect the bass god on this podcast.
no, right? Yeah.
Don't do that.
How
Not
many?
the bass god.
How many of your bitches has you fucked?
That's the real question. Mine?
He first dropped his top.
Could have been.
He parked his car. Then he fucked his bitch.
This man has convinced people in the rap community to be cucks.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we've already talked about this. We're all digital cucks, bro. So what's the difference?
I don't know about that.
You're a digital cuck
Why?
because you watch porn.
I don't watch that much porn. I really don't. I really
But
watch porn.
you've consented
You
to
say
it,
he's
though.
not that. You're saying you're not that much
much
of a
of a
digital cuck. You're only slightly a cuck. You're not that much of a cuck.
So you agree. So you're a little bit of a cuck.
Not really, but I guess if you're in your guys' standards, I guess yeah.
Yeah.
I did refer to it as digital cuckery. Yeah.
Right?
I have.
In internet terminology, I represent myself as a super straight feminist.
A pseudo feminist.
Holy shit, Ron.
Yeah.
That's so based.
You need to get closer if you're gonna be saying
Yeah.
that type of reckless shit. You get into the fucking danger zone, you're gonna talk like that.
This motherfucker said did you
talking spicy
say
or
a
what?
super feminist?
A super straight feminist.
What are you trying?
Yeah, all right. In the
Why would that?
Okay, 'cause,
why
you
would
know,
being a feminist make you like not straight? Like,
Okay.
are you afraid that's gonna make you gay?
in the internet community, you know how like
Need something to eat?
the super straight came out and it was
After.
black and orange. It was black and orange colors, and people thought it was Pornhub. It all.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's super straight. Meaning,
Are you the straightest person in the world?
Guys,
No bends,
the
no
tangent man is
nothing.
here.
Are you the straightest man alive?
immaculate.
But why do you say you call yourself this ultra feminist online? Why'd you say that? What brought
He
that
wants
up?
to protect women while being super straight.
That's
There
what
we
it's
go.
about.
Leo got it. Leo got it
that's
to
the
him.
personified. Yeah, that's the.
Oh, I thought you were trying to fuck him.
No, he wants to protect them, definitely.
And he had to assure.
But that's just a front so you can fuck him, right?
No, that's just asserting the.
They're not gonna fuck you like that.
He only inserts the tip.
It's not even that.
He only
had to-
uses the tip.
They'll never fuck you like that if you come with that approach.
He claimed he was a feminist, but he had to assure that he was super straight.
Yeah.
Which is
Mega straight.
Yeah.
Unbendable.
I can't get turned on by a pity fuck. And that's all you're gonna get is a.
Listen, bro.
like if you're watching porn,
Go for it.
right? And you don't want to see like.
What are you trying to say? That you watch lesbian porn?
You don't want to see dicks?
I mean, that's still cuckery.
No, it's not.
You're watching another couple have sex.
Or you can experience virtual sex and still be super straight with a virtual female and having actual physical toys. Right?
Damn,
Something
that's
that
a
looks
real-
like a football from Spencer.
I'm telling you, bro.
Here's a freaky
A
ass boy.
pocket pussy, touchdown, fucking that shit. There you go.
Oh my god. Alright, look.
That man
Let me
just said,
mention something.
I will fuck robots, pretty much.
Did you guys see that virtual porn post that I posted on IG? No, or it was so big.
It was
Look,
it was
listen.
about some dude put on like some VR shit and like it was like a game where this guy was literally just fucking doggy styling some bitch like VR style.
Yeah, with the
And
with
he
the
had,
with
like,
the
a-
flash lamp and everything.
No, he had like it was like a body like a
Because it was in public.
like a what
Some
type
fuck doll or.
type shit.
Right, but it was like a VR type of lightweighted.
And he was going ham, bro, like
Right.
ham, dude.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
Obliterate that
That's
shit.
weirdo shit.
Yeah.
That is some next.
Ron is saying that swag.
If you get off on it and it doesn't harm anybody, hey, kudos to you.
Did you get off on it?
I did not get off on it.
I think if
Would you
would've-
try it?
Would I try
Can I
it?
say something?
Go for
If
it.
you've watched hentai,
Okay.
you've done it.
So,
Well said.
check me out. What was I gonna say?
Think about it, bro.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, you know how Tyson Fury says he whacks off like 7-8 times a day to
No.
refuel his
Why? Wait, hold
testosterone?
up. A fucking yo. That's a wild fact that you know. But keep
He
on.
said it for his boxing match.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, "Oh, I jerk off 8
Where-
times a day, so the testosterone keeps replenished. Like he always keeps his testosterone like capped
Right.
off,
Regularly.
capped off."
All right, where are we going from there?
Just fun fact you wanted the V
I
N
know.
APE guys to know.
I just wanted to know which one of you guys is like that. I know one of you guys is like that.
7
One
times
of you,
a day?
one of you masturbates 7 or 8 times a day. Someone here in this room does it. I just wanted to know who it is.
That's a good question.
Bro, I don't have time to masturbate that many
Cap.
times a day.
Man, when I was
Cap.
saying,
don't, bro.
Same.
Cap.
I'm not unemployed, my
14?
man.
Yeah,
Whoa, wait.
puberty. When puberty hit, and I
14 times a day?
no,
Nah.
when I was 14 years old, probably
What was max? Tell me the record that you hit before.
10 times in one day.
That is a lot.
I can't even do that.
That is a lot.
Yo, you're thinking also.
Man, man, the
That-
meat
I
was
was
limping.
14 years old.
You
sis.
Bro, you probably got to a point where nut is hurt.
It is.
Jesus.
I call that physical
I
abuse.
just he's like, yo,
Self-abuse,
he's
my
like,
boy.
I'm bleeding a little
He's
bit.
self-harming.
no, that's.
He's self-harming.
but my dick did literally feel sore the next day.
Were you trying to commit suicide by beating off? Or you trying
Dude, a dude did
Nah,
actually
dude, I was
die
going
by
through
beating it
tremendous
like 30
fucking-
times.
Damn.
Beat
RIP to that
it,
man,
beat
bro.
it, beat it, beat it.
That is pretty intense shit, bro.
Yeah.
I think the internet, the people, like if
He
you would have
beat
gone
off
back,
to death.
right? But if you would have gone back 100 years ago and you
Didn't
would have
they find,
showed
like, an
people the
ancient-
porn that we have now, like that bro, people would have been like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with these guys?
Yeah,
bro?
like
They're
if Socrates and
they're
these
jerking
dudes.
off and shit. Like, bro, fucking outgrow that shit. What are you? What the
Didn't the
fuck?
Mesopotamian era
Chill.
they discovered like a skeleton man just
Let's
jacking
keep it a
off?
buck though. If these Greek gods and with these fucking philosophers or whatever
Yeah.
started seeing the chicks how they're looking now, bro,
Oh no, bro, no, you don't gotta.
you don't think a lot of them would flip?
Yo, go no further than Diogenes,
Oh, yeah.
who would beat off in front
Oh
of a bitch.
man, yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And this is a well-educated man, bro. This motherfucker knew trigonometry. They teach that shit for free to everyone who wants to learn it. There's internet. There's fucking video games that'll teach you that shit. Motherfuckers are still too retarded to get it.
Like chick, I don't know. I think the women back then weren't as hot as now.
You
I
think
don't.
so?
I wasn't there.
I know, I know. I'm
know
sure
what I'm
you weren't, bro. I'm sure you weren't, but
I was there for the Egyptian pyramids being built, but I wasn't there for that shit. So I don't know.
all right. Fair
I missed
enough.
out that day.
Fair enough.
But I know I don't recall those bitches.
But my point stands though. These philosopher dudes would flip as they were seeing these chicks with BBLs and like.
Oh my god, what? They would be like, what is this? This abomination. This
Yeah,
blasphemy.
They probably would have thought it was ugly. It was probably.
Trashy.
This is amazing based content right here.
Yeah, but
Only
think-
on V N APE.
think about it, bro. A dude that beats off in front of a bitch, you know, super
8 times a day.
What's
Sure.
the problem with that?
Yeah.
with beating off in front of a bitch.
Well, let me not.
There's laws, you
Like
know.
sometimes, like I'll let my bitch jerk me off, like
Allegedly,
but like
yes.
I won't like really do it myself. Like my bitch has to do it for me. If not, what's the point? Like you already got her there naked. Like what's the point of jerking off to her? Like what? You could jerk me off. Like,
That's some shit I would have said in a fucking middle school lunch conversation.
What?
That. So, anyways, the point is, I mean,
No, if she consents to that and she's there present and she gets.
I mean, if she's
But, like,
naked
what?
already,
What? Like, I know
Yeah.
you can get some type of pleasure out of that, but that just reminds me of like cook shit.
beating
rather-
off in front of your
like,
girlfriend,
I'd rather
here
fuck the
comes
bitch.
another bad
yeah,
argument.
honestly.
I'd rather fuck the bitch.
Same.
Well, but you could fuck her and still do that.
But
I guess.
the role play kind of
But it
varies.
plays more into the cookery. If
So
I
it's
were-
cuckery to beat off in front of your
It's
shit.
probably
Okay.
only if you want
Yeah.
to be. That's the whole
Yeah.
Especially
point.
if she's naked. Just
Yeah,
there
because she's
playing
there.
with
What
it.
if she's there ready to take dick and you're just beating off? Like you're in the corner, like
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that you're not gonna fuck her, but I'm saying it's part of the sex, my boy.
I'll be honest with you. I think it would probably
Turn her on.
do some harm to your relationship if all you did was beat off in front of her.
definitely.
If you nut,
Definitely,
if you nut beating off in front of her, bro, like.
You're-
Bro,
first of all,
unless you guys pre-scheduled this shit because you got some weird shit you're into, bro.
I feel like Mike is
This
into
is
that
the
type of
whole
shit.
Dane Cook vicious circle.
Mike is definitely into that shit.
Nah, you guys are making it seem like the person's not fucking them.
No, I'm not talking about what you're
the
saying.
joke of the beating.
But
off
obviously, if a man is just into that only, that is weird.
I'm gonna take another piss. Yeah, that's
You go for it,
That's
bro.
some
We'll take a break.
Louis C.K. shit right there. That.
Louis C.K.
Yeah, he was in a beat off.
He was in a beat off.
Yeah.
We'll take a break, guys. We'll be back.
for it.
I say, because Ron brought up absolutism. I mean, not absolutism.
Absurdism?
Absurdism. Which I find fucking fascinating. You know, since the last time that we talked about it.
Yeah.
I actually do think that was a good conversation, that part where we talked about absurdism. Because it did make me think a little
There was
bit.
a couple episodes that we did talk about it. Which one are you referring to?
The latest one that we ended up talking
At the stew?
about. It.
With
Yeah. That one was interesting to me, bro, because we ended up on some shit where... Because nobody doubts that suffering exists. Nobody.
I mean, there's no way to, right?
No. But somehow these people do doubt that meaning
Unless you've
exists.
never been
When
suffering
that
in any
exists,
form,
what-
right? Any form of suffering?
Wait, what was
Suffering.
that? What exists?
Suffering.
No, nobody can deny suffering. That what exists?
That people doubt that suffering... I mean, that they don't doubt that suffering exists, but somehow manage to doubt that meaning exists.
Meaning exists.
Right. Now, I understand that the actual approach of the nihilist is to say there's no inherent meaning to
Right.
shit. However, they go further than that, at least in the case of absurdism. They go much further than that. Because they start to suggest that trying to find any sense of meaning is
Their balls are really dropped.
is retarded.
So what's a hedonist?
Pun intended.
Gambling?
A hedonist?
A hedonist.
Well, a hedonist in the classical term is nothing like a gambler.
Leo's knocked out, bro.
Not knocked out.
A hedonist...
No.
Potted us, bro. We need
A
you.
hedonist from back then was somebody who wanted to maximize pleasure, and that means maximize pleasure
Yeah,
not
shut
just
up.
for the moment, not just for tomorrow, not just for next week or next year, but for a lifetime. Right? And so that would mean that you can't destroy your life in order to have the best outcome today.
I
Right?
ain't nothing but a quarter of a century.
Sure. And so that's but my beef with absurdism is that, I mean, it's not like the denial of suffering. And I feel like if you don't deny suffering,
You got beef with absurdism?
I see no reason
You
to...
don't think people can live? They could still live and do things. It just they don't have this this title behind it, I guess.
Yeah, the entitlement just disappeared.
I guess that no, because that would just turn it into a semantic argument.
No.
But that's not what they're talking about. They're not talking about...
I mean, there's
It's not that they don't like the word meaning.
I got you. That's like the literal meaning that there is none.
Right.
There's no meaning to...
But I don't disagree with the idea that there's no intrinsic meaning to the universe, that there's no meaning...
So you agree with them slightly?
That it's not in the fabric of the universe, some meaning that's
I don't agree with that at
matter.
all. I don't agree with that at all.
That's not the point.
That's not their argument?
No, they go way beyond that.
But is it part of it?
No, that's the beginning of their argument.
Okay.
Now,
I agree with that.
That part I agree with.
I agree with
It's
that.
when they go beyond that and they start saying shit like any attempt to find any meaning in life is a ridiculous thing.
Waste of time.
And that it makes absolutely no sense and that it's absolutely baseless. And I say that if you can...
But why, though? Why is that?
Why do they say that?
Yeah.
Because they say if there's nothing that's actually intrinsic
Then there is
into
nothing...
meaning, then there's nothing that it's concretely based on
some real actual
and
evidence.
so since that's the case, then you're not justified in having any meaning, and so it sort of leaves you at a free-for-all. Now they do that for the good things in life, but not for the bad things. And so you see,
Like what?
You see a whole lot of complaining about with the nihilist about the horrific emotions of shit and about the, what is it called, the, you know, about how much suffering there is and shit like that, and then they
Which is kind of hypocritical.
and then they also set this whole series of agendas, like absurdism itself. It has certain prescriptions about ways of living, right? It has advice for people.
Wouldn't that be hypocritical?
It's completely hypocritical. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. It's sort of
It's funny because, like, even them just creating this whole philosophy is hypocritical in itself because it's like there's meaning in the philosophy.
Yeah, and they don't see it that way. They don't see it as meaning. They see it as the acceptance of the lack of meaning. And to them that's not a meaning. They're saying we're not deluding ourselves into thinking that we found meaning by denying meaning.
Right.
We're not doing that.
Okay, I get you.
What we're doing is we're saying that you know, there's no intrinsic meaning, therefore everything that you might call meaning is just baseless bullshit that you're spouting out, and so therefore just abandon the pursuit of that shit altogether and just accept the fact that this is all bullshit that we've concocted and deal with it.
Mental constructs?
Elimination of redundancy.
Yeah, that it's all sort of bullshit as far as they can tell.
I mean, there is no evidence.
No, I don't need it to be woven into the fabric of the universe. I don't give a fuck about that. In fact, if it were, I think it'd be very constrictive. I mean, it'd be like a chokehold on life. I mean, can you imagine that your meaning... I mean, think about the liberation that you get by understanding that since there's no inherent meaning to the universe, that you now have the freedom to actually find your own meaning, to invent one, to create something that's aesthetically pleasing to you, to sort of work with what you were given to actually find something that gives you a sense of meaning.
Create your own meaning.
Absolutely.
So I see, and the meaning that people create, I don't think it's arbitrary. I don't think it's just like, oh, I like fucking painting, and that's all I need to do for the next 45 years. I don't care about, you know, friends or taking showers or any of that shit, and I'll be the happiest man alive if I just fucking paint forever until I die.
Is it kind of just like living numb your whole life?
I think it's what?
Like,
Is nihilism?
yeah, just living numb, jaded. Like, are these dudes just extremely jaded?
I believe so.
I think they're just no. I think they see a certain beacon of hope in being able to be Sisyphus, but I don't, and it's not based on my argument against them is just based on the idea that there's both suffering and that there's a contrary to it, and that contrary is just as real as suffering, and that if they were to go on this rant against the existence of suffering, how far do you think they would get in their argument? I think people would call them out and be like, you guys are fucking insane. Clearly suffering exists. What the fuck is wrong with you? Everyone suffers. But
so
then
if there's suffering, there's meaning?
But they go, of course.
That's your number one argument?
That's absolutely the case. There's no if, ands, or but fucks about that one.
So wouldn't you say that suffering together creates some type of unison, a unity of people?
Hold up, but let me see. What is the meaning then? Like,
You look.
meaning to live.
You're biologically encoded to avoid suffering. That's just a fact.
I agree with that. I know that.
Okay. Furthermore, right, there are things that would give you a sense of meaning in the fact that they reduce suffering, and the fact that altruism, even if it's just towards oneself, because I think of the case of a psychopath, for example.
When you say reduce suffering, simple things like even just like eating and shit like that, like what?
No, that's a basic sense of it. What I mean by actual meaning is something that's more fulfilling, something that is subjectively important.
Give me an example.
Right. So like a career where you actually help people, for example, right? And you do your job better than someone else who would be in your position, so that you're not just taking up space and doing a shitty job in a position. You're actually fucking making a difference in the lives of other people and reducing their suffering. Now, if you're a psychopath, you don't give a fuck about that, right? You don't give a shit about other people's suffering. You care about your own fucking suffering, right? Now, you would still be getting a sense of meaning by reducing your own suffering. Yes. And not just the reduction of it, but the implementation of the opposite of suffering, which is feeling a strong sense of meaning and satisfaction in life.
Right.
Okay.
It is like, it is. I feel like it's just impossible to live like
nihilism and the idea of suicide go hand in hand.
Really?
Right.
At that point, right?
And this is what you find in people who try to
That
kill
are suicidal?
themselves. You find suffering, right? And it's contrary. This man is fucked up. Why are you still smoking that shit, Leo? You already high as fuck. God damn.
Smoke some weed, get higher.
Talk on the mic, bro.
God damn, Leo.
Get higher.
What the fuck?
This man, like.
Likability off the charts.
But absurdism is kind of pointless.
People are very skeptical. People who are pessimistic are very skeptical about good things, but not very skeptical about bad things.
One more piece of gum.
That is true.
And so they're more likely to say, if this makes me feel terrible, it's probably true and I should accept it, and that would make me strong. But if this makes me feel good, it's probably bullshit, and I don't want to disappoint myself, so let me just say it's bullshit. And that's sort of like the opposite of arguing from positive emotion. So like, I like this, so I'm going to say it's true.
Thank you, sir.
It's sort of an inversion of that. And a lot of pessimists do that. It's a bias towards the negative.
What's the dude's name? Schopenhauer?
That is the most depressed motherfucker ever. Nietzsche was highly influenced by him and also fucking hated his guts in many ways.
Why?
Because he saw life as this fucking terrible thing where you just suffer and then you die. I mean, he
Not too far off.
He saw life as this miserable existence.
Damn, I fucking love Christ.
Good.
Shout out to Christ.
Shout out to Christ.
That dude was a boss.
Listen, but yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think that's can't live like that, bro.
With what? With
that attitude and just that mentality.
Which one?
Well, just like obviously absurdism, like that's a no-go.
Absurdism is just absurd as it implies itself.
Like, was homie like really down bad? Camus?
He must have been. I mean, you gotta be a suffering man to come up with some shit like that.
Isn't it crazy that you think a lot of these philosophers would have been considered like mentally ill or like...
Absolutely. I'm sure many of them were highly depressed.
Yeah.
I think Schopenhauer was on the verge of suicide for decades. I mean, this is that's speculation on my part, but I mean, I really believe that. I mean, if you read some of his shit, it is truly a list of the things that he thinks God got wrong about the creation of humanity.
Isn't he all powerful?
He examined it. No.
all knowing.
No. I'm saying that metaphorically.
Yeah.
Well, metaphorically, isn't he all powerful and all knowing?
Yeah, but I'm not.
So he can't make mistakes.
The metaphor isn't about God. It's an analogy. It's. But anyways, the point is that with a guy like Schopenhauer, what you're getting is a list of things that he finds to be troublesome, horrific, tragic, bad about the human condition, and he just lays it all out there and he says, this makes me feel like shit, so it's probably true.
Does he have any positive writing? Sure, there's a bunch, right?
Very little.
Very
I mean,
little.
he finds optimism in it in the most pathetic way. It's almost like a neutrality. He goes back. I think one of the interesting things about Schopenhauer is that he actually understood a significant chunk of Eastern philosophy.
Okay.
There's another German philosopher, and he understood some Buddhist philosophy. So he understood some of the Eastern works, and he found some significant chunk of peace in that he wanted to sort of combine with Western philosophy and his interpretation of the human condition to sort of find a solution to it, or at least make it as, reduce the shittiness of it to whatever degree he could. And I think it was a flop.
But what's his overall message though? Like
that life is shit.
What's that?
If I were to describe Schopenhauer in one sentence, it would be life is shit.
Life is shit.
And that's Schopenhauer.
Is he the most depressing?
Philosopher?
Yeah.
I can't come across one that's more depressing.
So he believes in the ideal belief of misanthropy.
Was he?
What do you mean misanthropy?
Misanthropy, just in the state of pure depression, chaos, nothing better.
I was gonna ask, what was his like? What was he living like? Was he down
Yeah.
bad? Like,
No.
was he a successful person?
No, he was financially stable. He
He had a family.
Yeah, he had free time to be able to go and read newspapers.
So is it cap?
and-
Was he capping a lot?
No, I think he was completely genuine. I think
You thought he
really-
was genuinely depressed? Or
Yes. Remember, he's a philosopher. He's not somebody who was writing little articles. I mean, he had to make logical sense and be concise in order to be taken seriously, and he had to try to demonstrate something. And to do that, first of all, even if you were to get yourself and make yourself come up with logical arguments, say you gave yourself a prompt, right? Let's say he was full of shit, and he gave himself this prompt of, all right, let me explain to everyone why life is shit so they can buy my book and I can get some money, right? By the time he's done with that fucking book, if the book was of philosophical value, which Schopenhauer was,
Yeah.
you would end up in a situation where you would be fucking, at the very least, disturbed or less enthusiastic about human life than you were before you started writing that fucking book.
Well, then, what is something that you like that he's written, or what's something that's like you thought was? I guess I don't even know if I could say positive. Like, what's something that
I think
was?
he does a good job of laying out some things that humans don't like about existing.
Like what?
You got to read him. Go for it. I mean, he's very good at getting people depressed. I can tell you that much.
Maybe want to stay away from that.
Well, if you're vulnerable to depression, sure.
You think reading some shit depressing would make you depressed?
If
Goddamn.
it
It
fits
can move you to a certain
No,
point where you get depressed.
yeah, if it sets up a logical framework that justifies thinking that life is shit, yes. Yes. I absolutely think it'll have that effect.
So the law of manifestation is real then.
No. No. That is logically inconsistent. Do you understand the difference between thoughts and the universe making some shit gravitate towards you based on your thoughts?
I mean, Schopenhauer.
Do you understand the difference between those two things?
Yeah, no, but they
It's not
Because
funny,
I don't
Ronald.
think you do.
it correlates. There is correlation in there.
There's absolutely zero correlation.
So Schopenhauer, just because his thoughts thinking that life was shit,
He felt like life was shit. Yeah.
thus, therefore, ultimately how you feel kind of gives perspective of
You're
how
saying
once someone thinks.
Thoughts affect feeling.
Yeah.
Feeling affects thoughts and thoughts affects feeling.
Yes.
Vice versa, yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
That's what you mean by the law of manifestation? You don't mean any spooky shit in the universe?
No, that's what I mean. Absolutely by
Yeah.
the law of manifestation. It's like how you feel in the present moment.
Okay, if that's the law of manifestation, then it's fucking plagiarized from thousands of years old shit and mundane basic shit that everyone knows that nobody even needs to say out loud. And if that's what somebody made a book about and said that it was so fucking important, then they are fucking pathetic for making that book.
Damn.
There's no need for that shit.
Fuck with
It
it. That's
says
real.
nothing.
I need some gunshots in here, bro. Jesus.
But yo,
we gotta spit facts. I can't.
Nah, but what were we talking about? Schopenhauer though is very I haven't read him, but I don't know if I will.
No.
Based off.
I mean, first of all, if you haven't read the Stoics to prepare yourself for Schopenhauer, don't.
so you're telling me that if you're not in a mental state where, like, if you're, let's say you're depressed, you're not going to be motivated to have no ambition in life, as compared to somebody who's happy, right? They're going to have more ambition to actually thrive and have passion in seeking what they want to accomplish.
Yes.
Case in point.
What is the point?
The point is, it's better to be in a better mindset than a negative one. It all starts with how you think.
Well, that actually depends. I mean, there's certain situations where you would want to be in a negative mind state. You don't want to go into a war thinking that everything is going to be perfectly fine and the gods are going to protect you and that you're just going to be fucking moving in there and that you don't even have to worry about moving your sword because that will get you fucking killed.
And I was gonna say,
Yeah, you can't think serendipity.
kind of negative. I don't know if the negative mindset could stop you from doing whatever you just said. What did you say? Like, if you're in a good mind state, you can do what?
If you're in a good mental mindset, you have more ambition to thrive in whatever passion you want to accomplish. So if let's say you have a project or goal in mind and you're feeling good and you want to accomplish that project.
Versus someone who's not feeling good.
Not feeling good, doesn't have any ambition, is feeling
okay,
misguided.
now you're putting ambition in there though.
Yeah, but ambition has to do a lot with how you feel. It's structured feelings. We're labeling feelings at this point and categorizing how people think.
Now, what does that have to do with the universe attracting things towards you?
Now, at that point, it's just spirituality. There's no debate. That's where it's all spirituality. That in essence is just
So you're not talking about the law of attraction?
It's a sub-level of law of attraction in spirituality.
It's not the law of attraction.
How would it not be?
Because there's no spiritual mojo.
How would one... If you have the energy and electricity and you have ambition, why would you not have any spiritual mojo?
Because that doesn't imply anything spiritual at all.
So
why does anything spiritual have to enter the picture just because you have drive or ambition or any of that shit?
So what is individualism?
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah,
how one thinks.
I asked you a question, you answered with a question. I don't understand what we...
Absolutely, that's individualism. That's all perspective to how one thinks.
No, reality is not based on just your perspective.
And it also has to depend on the circumstances that individual's in. So it's all hypothetical circumstances.
There's 2 + 2 = 4.
Right.
And 2
we
plus
can't change
2
that.
equals 4, regardless of whether Ron has his perspective and Yoshi has his perspective. It will still equal 4.
4. And there's many different ways to get to 4. That's the thing. There's many different routes of how to get to that same number.
Doesn't matter what route you take, 2 + 2
as long as you get
4.
to that same number.
And that's actually one route that I gave you.
Right. So there's many different routes.
So if you say 2 + 2 = 4, I'm only giving you one route in that problem. So there's not many different routes to get there.
And 6 - 4 also.
Yeah, but that's not 2 + 2 = 4.
Right.
It's a different equation.
It's 2. Right. 6 - 4
Yeah, but what I was making a point of was 2 + 2
equals 4.
That would always be that, no matter what.
No matter what.
Right.
And if you want to give example, if you want to get to the same number, if you let's say 4, 1 + 3.
Okay, the point that
It's still 4.
The point was
There's different routes.
the point was not whether or not you can subtract or add different numbers to get to the result of 2. The point was that 2 + 2 = 4, regardless of what you think about that.
It can't be changed.
No.
It just exists. But that's how it is. It's just common law. So where does common law, right? Now you have distinguishment between law of manifestation. You need to have like certain perspective distinguishments of what you can actually apply to common law. And that just gives you more of an advantageous opportunity if you see it that way. But not many people see it that way because they are in circumstances where they are depressed.
Right, but there's no implication of anything spiritual that needs to be added to that.
So if Christ is moving you, would you not say that that's not spiritual?
I don't think Christ is moving me.
Okay. So, but if Christ were to move you, would you not feel spiritual if he were to move you?
If by Christ moving me, you mean some dude called Christ moved me.
Through the spirit.
Or if you're talking about Jesus Christ
Jesus Christ.
moving me spiritually, my
Emotionally,
soul, my
yeah.
feelings, my
Yes.
thoughts.
All that.
If God was real, would God be real is what you're asking me. The answer is
For
yes.
real, Ron.
Yes.
That is... I don't know what this is about.
Let's spice up this convo, guys. Listen,
Yeah.
the real hard hitting questions. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather suck one dick 10 times or 10 dicks one time?
There we go.
Why you gay? Why are you gay?
You are gay.
You are gay.
Think about it hypothetically, though, Leo.
About what?
Would you suck one dick 10 times or suck 10 dicks one time?
Neither.
You could be forced to do that, bro.
Yeah, in a situation.
They could literally open your shit up like that in Guantanamo Bay and just feed you some Muslim
Which one would
uncut
you do?
cock.
Which one would you do?
We
Why
asked
you
you
why are you so
first.
interested?
I'm not. I just want to know.
Well, why
Everybody
the fuck
will
would you
get-
ask if you're not interested?
Everybody will give their answer.
Deflection.
It's okay. We just asked you first, bro. Chill.
So what would you rather do?
I just asked you first.
You'd suck 100 dicks is what you do, motherfucker. You don't want to answer the question because you know you do some shit like that. Stop fucking
Keep 'em
with
coming,
me,
baby.
yo.
Nah, but real shit. Just keep it a bug, bro. Everybody's gonna answer. Keep it a bug. Just
I know what his answer is. His answer is
wait.
one dick, but I get to choose the dick. That's good.
What's wrong with you?
one dick 10 times or 10 dicks once.
I wouldn't do either.
Come on,
I'll have
Leo.
them kill me. Fuck it. Just kill me.
No, bro. Hey,
Yeah,
listen.
we can't let you go like that,
That's
bro.
not gonna happen, bro.
Yeah, bro.
They're gonna hold you down and butt fuck you. All right. That's,
You seem to be really interested in
have
this,
no,
Ape.
you have no choice, bro.
Listen,
you're
someone's
invested.
gonna
You have
spice
no
up the
choice.
pod, bro. All right, come
Ape is
on.
invested.
Because
right
I'm
now.
tired of you repressing your true self, bro. You gotta come out, bro. You gotta stop
Come on,
playing
Leo.
with people, bro.
Listen, as soon as you answer,
You are.
I don't like chicks with dicks. I never will.
No lady boys.
You don't have to like it. It's just gonna happen to you.
damn. What is this?
That's
Some
dark.
communism, bro?
Yeah, that's dark.
That's just what it is.
That rape is rape. Whether
That's
it be
just
a
what it
woman or a
is.
man is rape.
That's just what it is.
What it is
Fight against the rape.
All right, let me switch up the questions. I mean, since like I said, there's no choice.
there
He's
isn't.
acting like he has a choice.
Right.
All right, would you rather get pounded by
Oh my god.
one dick 10 times or 10 dicks one time? And you don't have a choice, my friend.
Fight the rape!
All them niggas dying.
No, they're not. No, you're not.
dying.
Bro, you are going to be shitting out turds that are shaped like pizzas, bro.
Listen, it's a tough situation, bro. I wish none of us,
That is what
anybody
I
goes
call
through that.
dookie cakes. That is the opposite of Gucci cakes.
That is
You gotta
100%
understand, because if
dookie
you end up
cakes.
with some BBC action, that you got if you choose one and you end up with that BBC action, bro, you're never gonna recover.
You're BBC'd out for life.
That's it, bro. You're never gonna walk right. You're gonna be like wheelchair and shit. You remember that movie, White Girls?
Of
What's it
course.
called? Bro,
Chicks?
there was this one, you know, the fucking Terry Crews character,
Oh yeah, of course.
swole motherfucker, and he just brings up this one chick that pulls up to him while he's trying to spit game to the so-called white girls.
Yeah.
She's in a wheelchair and she pulls up. She's like, "Oh, you remember me?" He's like, "Yeah, I remember you."
Oh, yeah.
Throws that bitch over there, and he starts talking about how he was fuck it. He says he'll fuck a chick so good she'll end up in a wheelchair. You know, that type of
Oh,
shit.
yeah,
And he
yeah.
wasn't kidding apparently. You know, that type of shit.
Yeah, that was his best role, though.
That was hilarious.
That was his best role for sure.
You want to say that everybody hates Chris? Him being a dad?
Oh, that was
That
great
was
too.
great, yeah.
That was great too.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
0.002 cents worth of butter.
And if you're feeling bad, some Robitussin.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, homie would check everything, every price, bro. Yo, that was 39 cents milk right there, man. Like,
That
yeah.
man was on point.
Everybody hates Chris was the shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Leo let us know that's his answer. You know what I mean?
Come on, Leo, answer it, bro.
He'll suck the one
No
dick.
dicks.
He'll suck the one dick, but you know he has to be the one to choose
No
it.
dicks.
He has to choose his favorite dick. You know?
I'll give you my answer if you give yours.
All right, go ahead.
I said if you give yours.
Go ahead.
I have to give mine first?
Yeah.
Why?
'Cause I'll listen to it and then I'll digest it and then I'll tell you what I think.
You're both gonna be Kirby with it, no
That's
matter
fucking
what.
cap.
He already gave us his answer, bro.
That's fucking cap. So you're taking the pounding 10 times?
He's taking the pounding 10 times, bro.
I never said that.
By default, 20.
I want to listen to what you're gonna say.
He didn't answer, so 20 by default.
You just want dick inside you, dude.
Listen, I'm just trying to present the facts.
You literally just can't
The
wait.
fact of the matter is, bro, that you
You want me to get you a male prostitute
you
or
can't
something?
get it up.
'Cause
See,
you said you got blue balls.
And I know you know where to get them.
Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You're the one who showed me.
Hey, yo.
Hey, this is some Japanese.
Homosexuality.
Japanese.
You just
An Asian man just
I
screamed
think
that
you understood
somewhere.
what you just said right now, Leo.
You're the one who showed me the light and the dark.
Some
Hey.
Japanese 3000.
This man
That sounded
is
crazy, dog.
this man is
I
accusing
hear a
me.
lot of homosexual activity.
This man is trying to accuse me. He's trying to accuse me of some gay shit as he tries to spit game simultaneously. That is the most sus shit.
Come here, little mama.
God damn.
Oh,
V N
shit.
APE pod, y'all.
Listen, bro, we're still going, bro.
It's a wild,
We
wild
keep
ride.
this bitch rolling.
But I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Do you got any good topics, Leo? You said you came with something.
Yeah, but we talked about most of them already.
I mean, we did in the first hour, but give us something, bro. Something to debate about. What's your
Something to
take
debate
on?
about.
Somebody asked
Man,
who was
this-
the opposite of Schopenhauer.
Oh, that was wrong.
Oh yeah, Alan Watts. I don't know. I still believe that Alan Watts is the opposite.
All
of
right,
Schopenhauer.
look. If you guys can move to either Portland,
Okay, now we potting.
or San Francisco, California, which one would you do?
Never been to both, so I can't even really.
Portland or San Francisco?
They're both overrun liberal cities where they have a bunch of migrants and a bunch of homeless people. And in Portland, they even made drugs legal.
I'm going to Portland.
Portland.
That's a difficult one for me to choose. I mean,
San Fran is.
I do got to do a nice little internet search before I make a decision.
They're
on that
both
one.
overrun with homeless people.
Yeah, it fucking
Like,
sucks
super.
either way. Yeah, you're gonna get syphilis by the end of the week, no matter where you go.
Yeah. But it'll be a nice
Yeah.
syphilis.
You think so?
Yeah.
The type that antibiotics actually take care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice sugar coating syphilis.
Good.
Nice.
Good. Yeah. Hopefully it does get removed. God damn it, folks. No, I would say in many ways the opposite of Schopenhauer actually is Nietzsche. In many ways. Not in all respects, but in many ways he is. Because Nietzsche's just as, he's not nihilistic, he's existentialist, but he's also very promising in terms of what he expects for humanity. He's actually in many ways very optimistic. He's terrified. But goddamn is he coming up with some brilliant, beautiful shit in the process. His answer is aesthetics.
Really?
And any man who can justify his own existence without the need to rely on a god to do it.
So impression.
So an
Who can have the balls
an
to-
atheist?
Yes, to have the balls to stand up and say, here I am, and
Rock you like a hurricane.
my fucking existence is the shit. It's justified in the absence of any god. Now that's a bad motherfucker if he can do that, because that's something that people typically cannot do.
I mean, during that time, sure.
Yo, what the fuck you dreaming about, bro? What's going on, bro? You got your tongue out and
I'm
shit?
dreaming about
the
booty.
fuck is up with this man?
During,
I'm dreaming
You
about
dreaming about
booty.
that 10 dicks?
Yo,
hey yo.
Hey, yo. Hey,
During
yo.
that
Yoshi, why you haven't said shit? The first time you say some shit, you talk about 10 dicks. What's going on, Yoshi? What?
during that time though,
He wants 110 dicks.
maybe yeah, sure.
Japanese.
What?
To whatever you just said
Japanese 2000.
about Nietzsche.
Yeah.
That if anybody could do that, I'm like, and I said during that time, sure. Now everybody's doing.
No one's doing that now, actually.
What do you mean?
What people are now is what Nietzsche probably would have referred to as the last men.
The last man.
Yeah. The ones who are sort of like pathetic, just enjoy basic bitch shit, but don't set any real
Standard.
meaning for himself as a man. They just sort of go. It's almost like the aesthetic life, but in a much more pathetic and sad and down to earth way. It's pretty sad, the way he describes it.
And you're claiming that
He's just cool with eating cotton candy and just he's going home and there's nothing else to look forward to. It's just the basic, mundane, everyday existence.
you don't think that's more of like a mental thing
Like simplicity.
at that level?
Yeah.
No,
Someone-
I just think people just haven't really thought about it, and then when tragedy hits, they think about it, and sometimes they're horrifically affected by it, and then they sort of repress it.
But I'm saying though, I mean like there's a spectrum though, like
So
of
limiting
like
your beliefs.
Of what?
of like I guess it's IQ or like.
Oh, you mean men who are capable of thinking that way?
Yeah, just thinking in general. There's people that are gonna be smarter than others, and people that are very.
Yeah, but I don't mean intelligence.
No.
No, I don't mean intelligence.
Okay.
No.
So intelligence wouldn't have a planet though.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't do it if you're fucking retarded.
I mean, yeah, it's a certain level. People are
Yeah.
not even thinking about.
You gotta have some minimum amount of shit. Most people don't have time to think about shit. You know, they don't.
That's what I'm saying.
And actually, they do have time. They choose not to. A lot of people don't want to think about shit. Most people don't actually want to think about shit.
That is true, bro. Trust
Most
me.
people fucking are terrified when they have to think about shit.
Seriously, bro.
They fucking blank out. They fucking go on the phone. They fucking do anything they can to not be alone with their fucking thoughts because they're terrified of what the fuck might pop up. That's a fucking shit way to live. You're always running away from shit.
That's basically solitary confinement. You yourself are putting yourself in that circumstance.
Yeah. Well, that's a situation where you're actually forced to face it, right? Because you're forced to be alone with your fucking thoughts. There's nothing else.
Eventually, there's gonna be a moment where.
You gotta stop running eventually. I mean.
Damn, I keep forgetting that one movie with Tom Hanks and the island and the volleyball. It's that what I know.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
What's the name of the movie? Anyways,
Castaway.
that movie basically gives the example of absurdism. It's like you're lonely. You have to express your emotions and thoughts. And like at that point, you don't have any human contact. You know, you gotta like.
I think I've seen that movie like
Unravel
when I was a
yourself.
kid or whatever.
Yeah, you gotta unravel yourself. It's like
It's pretty dope actually.
state of survival.
I fuck with a movie where the dude is. I think it's another Tom Hanks movie where he's like living in the airport. Is it Tom Hanks or I forgot who it was, bro? It's a guy that lives in the airport like for like a year or some shit, and he just lives like in the bathroom or some shit. I forgot.
That is.
Oh, yeah,
So
Pursuit
it's a
of
dope-ass
Happiness
movie.
with Will Smith.
That's definitely not it.
Doesn't he like temporarily live in the bathroom with like his son?
Yeah, he was homeless for
He
a
was
bit,
at that moment.
Temporarily,
But
yeah.
this guy actually lived in the airport for like
Right.
an extreme amount of time.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it, bro.
I'm gonna go ahead and take another piss because this shit is getting intense, bro.
Go for it, bro.
Thank you for the movie name.
We'll be back.
It's an honor, Ron.
It's an honor.
Gentlemen, I'll leave you all with this. I mean,
Until next time.
fact of the matter is, most men are satisfied with being intellectually and feeling and even living in a way that's mediocre. And the contrary of that is not having a shitload of cars or busting a shitload of nuts.
Okay.
But actually, on the porticos of, well, actually, if you even look at the ancient Greeks, what did they write there? Know thyself. Right. Socrates, founder of Western civilization in many ways, was the one who said, "The unexamined life is not worth living."
And what I have to add to that is don't let fear ruin the fun in your life.
Oh,
Yeah.
we out this bitch.
Deuces.
Peace.
Peace.
Later.
Later.